Shalom, shalom, Yahshua Allah. We're going to start off first things first. Give it all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakadash, which in the petty Hebrew tongue is credited to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to your sister brothers living this truth, and shalom to your brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Ooh, got a good one for you today, Yahshua Allah. We're going to see biblical prophecy come to life and a couple clips that I'm going to play. Now, before I play those clips, I'm going to show what the hoopla is all about. And everybody's in the uproar because Esau, Edom, when I say Esau, Edom, I'm talking about the so-called white man or the white nation, they're really showing their cards. They're really showing who they are. And it's a reason for that. And we're going to walk it down in this lesson why the so-called white man is making the moves that they're making right now and got everybody in the uproar. So this is right here is an article. It says Trump administration removes ban on segregated facilities in federal contracts. So this is a play that was in Project 2025. He's making good on that play. And when you look at TikTok or YouTube, all the social media outlets, you know, everybody is giving their reactions on it. And we already know why they're doing that. So I'm going to read it. It says the administration of U.S. President Donald Trump has removed the explicit ban on segregated facilities like waiting rooms, restaurants, and drinking fountains for federal contractors, a memo issued by the U.S. General Services Administration showed. The memo was issued last month, but media outlets took note of it on Tuesday after a report from NPR. So they want to bring back segregation on the federal level. They want to bring it back completely. Because if people really break down what MEGA stands for, Make America Great Again, America was great when they could oppress the children of Israel. You know, the so-called African Americans, so-called Native Americans, and so-called, you know, Latino tribes. When they could oppress us, America was great for them. When they had all the industry, they had everything going for them. What they want to bring back the 1940s and the fabulous 50s, they want that back. And they're using Donald Trump as the face of it, because he's so charismatic between the Edomites, and they're using the money and the technology of Elon Musk. And really, this is all how they think, the elites. You know, your 1948ers, your small hatters, this is how they think. Because they don't have a system without oppressing us, because the system is built on the oppression of us. And what they're noticing is we're getting free. We done pulled ourselves up by the bootstraps. And once again, Yasharallah, which is Paleo-Hebrew for Israel, is starting to thrive again. So Esau like, oh, no. I gotta put them back in subjection. So we gotta go back. But they say, I want that old thing back. So I'm hearing reports that they put it out there, they're walking it back, but I'm like, you already done showed your cards. So we're gonna watch a couple reactions, specifically from Edomite women on this thing right here. Because everybody thought that, you know, we say is a bunch of hot air. They think we just saying this to be saying it. We just a little hate group and all that. No, man, we telling you the truth. And now that it's coming into reality, you're going to see a lot of people's reactions to this. Specifically, I'm going to show a bunch of Edomite women crying. Because what this is going to do is going to lead to war. And women are at ease right now. They don't want war. You know, Babylon the Great, America, everybody's at ease. Ain't no war over here like that. But it's going to be. Because Yasharallah is not going back into captivity. That's not about to happen. And deep down inside, they know it. And they looking at their men, the Edomite men, like, I wish y'all chill out and leave them alone. But their Edomite men, they're full of rage. And they know what's at stake. You know, most women don't really know what's going on, man. Women just benefit off of what men do. You know, as far as a system and having everything. You know, women were here to nurture and love everything and take care of things. So women are not natural born leaders. They don't know what's going on. And now that this situation right here, this law done popped up, you know, now it's putting everything in perspective. And they're like, hey, y'all better leave, you know, them people alone, because this is going to be bad for us. But the Edomite man don't care because his rulership is at stake. So this is war right here. And a lot of people thought dude was just playing around. The Trump administration just playing around. Oh, they thought he's gonna do what he did last time. You know, they thought he's gonna fix the economy. They thought they went for all that little candy stuff that he sold. And now that the real is coming out, you know, And then I love Jake's reaction of it. A lot of Jakes is like, we don't care. Bring segregation on, man. We got better food. The sports is gonna be better. We got all the sports. The music, like we don't want to. I noticed something. This thing showed me, Yasharala, that Jake is starting to get that Holy Spirit about them. We don't want to be associated with Edomites anymore. That's cool with us, cause we know, like when you look at Black Wall Street and our industry, we're like we were separated. We do better. So Esau is now hollering. They don't want to separate from us because they know without us, you don't have anything. Everything is built on our backs. So they're like, no, don't do that. This is not a good move. But the men like, nah, we gotta make that move, man. We gotta do it. So I'm gonna show some clips of Edomite women, their reaction to this law or executive order. I think it was an executive order he put, and I think it got blocked. But everybody's having a reaction like, because now you cannot say that Donald Trump isn't racist, his administration is not racist, because that policy right there is racist. They want to bring racism back. It's in your face. Ain't no denying it anymore. So that's what everybody's feelings is hurt, because, Esau used to lying and, saying like, they used to ruling by deceit. So with Donald Trump pulling that move, the deceit is gone. Like Jake's eyes is open to what what Esau really want. Is here. You can't not say, oh, like I love them Jakes say racism don't exist no more. Because now I'm like, okay, what's that about? What about that right there? And that I mean, now they're quiet. They can't say it's in your face. Esau let it be known what he want to do. And it's only going to get worse as we move forward. Like this devil gonna really show that he is the devil in the flesh. He gonna show that. So you better be prepared. Better be in this house of David and built up with this spiritual truth, this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, so that you won't taste the wrath of Yahweh Shah, because he's going to display it through the people he created, the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. He's going to display it through them, because now is their time to fall. They're not going to be in rulership too much longer. They're not going to be ruling, the ruling power that much longer anymore. These Edomites, the top level Edomites know what us prophets know. You got two groups of people that know what's going on. Because both of us know the knowledge of this book. And those two groups is about to clash. You know what they call it? Clash of the Titans? That's about to happen. And the women like, no war, only peace. And I'm like, nah, baby, it's going to be some war. So you get at the point now is, are you ready for it? That's where we at now. So check it out, Yashara. Let's get the clips. And you're going to see prophecy coming alive. Because after we watch the clips, I'm going to go to some scriptures. And you're going to be like, wow, we just witnessed that. We just seen that. So let's go get it.
Cis, hetero, straight, white. This is why.
Let's see who I want. Yes, get her first.
Struggling. It's time to speak up. Well, it appears the joke's on me. It appears I have been the biggest fool alive. You see, before the last couple of days, I knew that there was a segment of MAGA who just hated, who just wanted to burn the world down, and they don't care who they hurt. In the meantime, I knew there was that section. But I really, really thought that most of MAGA just didn't get it. I really thought they just didn't understand. They didn't understand economics because it's complicated. They hadn't studied Project 2025, so they didn't know what was coming. But I really thought when he got in there and started doing the things that hurt so many people, that they would realize and that they would. But they don't care. Y'all have been telling me this for 2 months, and I kept saying, no, we just have to explain it to them. We just have. Now, I know there are a few. And I thank you guys. You make it worth sticking with this. But over the last couple of days, I have realized that the majority of Republicans do not care how many people are hurt. And they are exactly what Palpatine said. They're the ones he was talking about when he said he could unalive someone in public and they would still vote for him. I thought they just wanted lower egg prices. I thought they were struggling in the economy and it was hard and they wanted their lives to be easier and they listened to that. And that's why they voted for him. But they don't care. They literally don't care how many other people in this world are hurt. See, the difference is I'm willing to pay more for my eggs. If it means no one in my country goes hungry tonight, I am willing to pay more for my eggs. If it means everybody can have an egg. But they really don't care. And I am heartbroken that so many in my country don't care. That so many won't go love their neighbor. But I want to thank those of you who are. You're the ones keeping me going. Go love your neighbor.
Hey, what's up, folks?
Okay, so we just seen that Edomite woman crying because now reality done hit her. She said, I feel like a fool. I feel stupid. Because really, all Edomites are fools. You know, Yasharala, we told them that, you know, that dude was going to do that. We tried telling our people that we don't care what Esau do no more. They're going to be the devil regardless, you know. And what I love, when I seen that clip, a precept popped right up in my spirit, Yasharala. Right up in my spirit. Because when she did that, and she's crying, because what she's crying for is she just want everything to go back to, you know, when they ruled everything. You know, like somebody said in the comments, she just crying because now she's being affected. Where my stuff at? Reloaded. So when we watched that Edomite woman crying, check it out, y'all. This is what came up. Because that was her crying back for her rulership. You know, crying that everybody, what they call it, everybody just get along. You know, and she voted for it. Now, that's why she was crying, because she's a part of that. That goes back into the slave masters, you know, when they was in slavery. You know, Edomite women, I didn't have nothing to do with that. Yes, you did. You was complicit in that. You watched your husband whip, torture, and brutalize other people. So we don't care about your tears. You're a part of that. You're the reason for that. You gave birth to the devil. So check it out. This Hebrews 12:16 says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, so-called white man, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. That was the keys to the kingdom of heaven. He sold it to our forefather. We got it. We got next. These Edomites know that, and they want to block us from receiving that blessing. They're mad about them selling it. So check it out. We go to verse 17. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, see, they would have got the kingdom of heaven, he was rejected. The Most High rejected the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. He was rejected, you know. And it says, for he found no place of repentance. They can't be rehabilitated. They can't repent. They are the sons of perdition. They're doomed to destruction because they're wicked. The Most High hates the so-called white man. And it says, though he sought it carefully with tears. These devils, you're going to see more devils cry. You're going to see more Edomites, white men, white women, children. They're going to start crying because they know that this is their end. Edomites are going to be the only people that's going to be extinct off the face of the planet. Because when you really read the Bible and get a true understanding of it, they're like a virus. They're like a cancer on the earth. Because all they do is unalive things, destroy things, and steal things. You know, lie, cheat, and steal is how they live. You know, the Lord said they would live by their sword, which we'll go get that too. So that's all they're good for. They're good for destruction. The Lord is mad at his people. You know, the children of Israel, us, Yasharala. He uses the so-called white man to punish us. So we have served our punishment. It's time for us to get free. It's time for us to get out. Esau don't like that. He don't want that. So he's crying and fighting for us to stay in captivity, to stay at the lower state, because they see us getting free. It's offensive to them. They see us drive nice cars, live in a nice house. This do well. We're starting to get industry back again, you know, little by little. And that's offensive to the so-called white man, because they know what that means. We live in a social economic system right now, to where we don't have industry, we don't have institutions. They burnt it up in the 1920s. See, that's an act that is very a badge of dishonor on Esau, Edom, to show that the so-called devil. They blew up our industry way back in the 1920s. We had them in Florida, Arkansas, North Carolina. They was all over the USA. It wasn't just Black Wall Street. We had a lot of them. Esau destroyed it, and now what they do, they get little sellouts. You know, you get your little basketball contract, football, acting, you know, entertainers. They'll let Jake thrive and be entertainers, like court jesters, and they don't even allow them to get industry like that. They're going to do certain things, and now we're breaking out the mold. Like, now we're getting in other industries. Now we're just doing better than them. You know, we're not doing drugs like we did back in the day. Crack ain't doing us like that. Meth ain't doing us like that no more. Jake now wants to thrive. So now we're starting to, what they call that, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. We're doing that now. And we're coming up. So Esau has to sign laws and legislations, and he's got to come with, you know, military soldiers. They're going to come with technology, man. Robot soldiers, Reaper drones. It's going to be war. And they're going to fight us again. 2nd Esdras chapter 15 will go into play. What's that? Matthew chapter 24, nation versus nation, that will go into play. I said, I want to do Jake really realize what's really about to happen. These devils are going to fight you to make sure you stay down. But see, here's the difference, though. We're at the point now where the Lord is going to come up and fight on our behalves. We're not going back into captivity. And that's the Edomite women crying about, because they can, deep down inside, they know it. Like, this time it's going to be different. This time we going to win. And they like, man, let's just go the way we was going. Why y'all want to fight, you know, so-called black people? And they know what it is. You know, I be saying it at my job. Edomites know what it is. So let's go get another one. We're going to see another little crybaby Edomite crying for repentance. They want that forgiveness. They want, I'm sorry. Don't come over here with your tears, man. See, we in that preset. I don't want to hear your tears. You knew what you was doing when you voted for Trump. You just thought you was going to win. You know, you thought he going to come in and magically save everything. And they didn't see the backlash that was coming about it. That's what it is. They didn't expect us to be as smart as we are. They thought we'd be crying and want them jump in the streets. Nah, I want to be with you, white man. Don't leave me, white man. And Jake like, shoot. I'm going to put them clips in there, y'all, so you can peep, you know, Jake's reaction to segregation. And like, majority of our people is with it. You know, you got a few little crybabies, don't do it. But majority like, yeah, bring it on. Like, the moves they're making is not working. And now the Edomite woman is like, I don't think we're going to win this one. I thought, you know, I didn't know that Yasharallah was like thinking like this. And the reason why Yasharallah is vibing a whole higher level is because the hopeful elect is raising the whole vibration of the nation. You know, we got the prophets out here day and night, relaying his words. And now the Spirit of the Lord is starting to rise up. And that's why they know this is going to be different. So now they're trying to like tell their men to stop, don't do it. And he going to do it. You know, he's going to do it. So let's get another one for Edomite women crying. And the reason they're crying too, because they're hurting worse than we are. Like, Jake is the point now where we're kind of, you know, we going through some stuff, but we kind of making it though. They not. They doing bad. There's a lot of Edomites on my job doing bad. I'm like, nobody told you to live above your means. You know, nobody told you to do that. And Jake, you know, we always adjust. I notice we're good at adversity. We're very good under adversity, under pressure. Like, we operate good. We make changes. You know, what's the word I'm looking for? Where you know how to make changes real easy, not compromise. That's where I'm looking for. We make adjustments. You know, never mind. I'm just keep it moving. But you know what I'm talking about, Yasharallah. Like, we know how to make the changes or adapt, should I say. We're very good at adapting to our environment and what's going on. We're good at, you know, shifting and doing what we need to do. Esau's not. Esau's used to being taken care of by Yasharallah. Every time they do bad, guess who comes saves them? Yasharallah. Let's look at history. And this time we're not going to do it. I think that's what got them Edomite women really crying, because they looking at the Israelite woman, and she like, I don't give a damn. Like I seen one telling the Edomite man on the train, she was like, shit, I don't give a damn about segregation. That's a good thing. Whoop whoop, we gonna have this. And he was in disbelief, like what the heck? Cause they profit off of us. So with us not caring and us not, ready for the fight, it's got them to like, oh shoot, these people are strong. They real strong. Oh no, do you know what you're going against? And then they probably listen to one of our lessons that we are the people of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, and that really gonna strike fear in your heart. Like we about to attack God's chosen people, that's not gonna go good for you. It went good in the past, but not this time. This time the juice is different, baby. It's different. So let's play this last clip. We're gonna get back into the scriptures because I want to walk this all the way down completely. I want you to have the true understanding of why everything is happening. Because it's big right now. That's the point where you can't dispute this. You can't say, no, that's not happening. Ain't going. Nah, Lord put it up. Well, oops, all in your face. So let's get this Edomite woman crying. And I'll put both of those in the comment section. So you can watch everybody's reactions. Because that's what I do. I gauge. That's why I like TikTok and YouTube. Because like I already know how it's going to hit me. So I want to see how it's affecting people in the world. And whoo, hey, it's different this time, man. Jake is like, I don't give a damn. Segregation is a good thing. So that shows our people are waking up. We're supposed to be holy. We ain't supposed to be integrated with Edomites. We're not.
So Donald Trump is trying to put Jim Crow back into force. Luckily, there are state laws that preclude them enforcing this, so it is symbolic, but what a horrible symbol. Honestly, I wonder if their sheets come with the holes already cut out.
Oh my God. The administration is rolling back segregation. So what does that look like? Are we going back to black bathrooms, white bathrooms, black water fountains, white water fountains? Who else of color gets impacted by this? What? Like I almost... What do I say? What do you say? Rolling back a segregation ban. Like, what is happening? I know it's happening. What's been happening? Since January, what's been happening? This is America. This is America. They're rolling back the segregation ban. I can't, like, my head can't even. How far are they going to go with it?
All the way.
Is it? I mean, with this administration, I mean, it could be anything. Is it going to be, hey, you're half white and half Mexican, so, can't use that bathroom. Well, let me tell you, that would be my grandchildren, and that would really, what are you going to do when it happens?
Y'all, we need to talk because the Trump schmatzy administration just banned segregation in all federal contracts.
So I just want to show that the little crying Edomites, but you can watch out them other ones. I like it. She called them schmatzies. I might have to use that one because you can't say the other word. You get your stuff clipped real quick. So that's the Edomites, man, starting to realize like, oh shoot, our wickedness is complete. And like I noticed, see now that you have blended in, because I know I seen another Edomite say that too. Her grandchildren were, I think, so-called African American. They were black, and she all crying like, I skin in the game. I can't take it. And hers got Hispanic. Yeah, it blended in. Now what you gonna do? So the women are like, don't do this. But the men like, hey, we got to do it because they're going to be on top of us pretty soon. And see, the Edomite man is afraid that we're going to do unto them as they did unto us, which we are going to do that. That's scriptural. It's biblical. Matter of fact, let's go get it. I ain't going to just sit here and talk to you. I'm going to give it to you from the words of Yahweh Shah. Because a lot of people are in disbelief right now. They're like, no. This can't be happening. You talking crazy. Nah, man. This ain't it, man. And I'm like that. You just ain't a part of it. But for us that's in this truth, sincerely, all the way, we can fulfill the will of Yahweh Shah. Because I can't stand Edomites. Isn't it 18? Yeah, there we go. I don't know why I tried to glance over. So this is Revelation 18:4. And it says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. That's why we ain't worried about segregation. Come up out of Babylon the Great. Get away from Esau, Edom, so-called white man. That ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. This place is about to be destroyed. You can see it. Everybody can see it. Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities. So the Most High has been looking at everything the so-called white man's been doing, the Edomites been doing. Plus, he already said they were going to do that. So now comes the recompense. Like, we've been going through it. We've been getting beat down, stuff destroyed, families torn apart, drugs put in our neighborhoods. You know, we've been getting messed up. So now it's going to be a role reversal. Now it's Esau's time to get messed up, and it's time for us to get free. So check it out. This is verse 6. It says, reward her even as she rewarded you. Put drugs in my neighborhood, beat my great-great-granddaddy's back, harm my grandma if she didn't pick enough cotton, or probably ravished her because she looked good, you know, or just whatever they done did to our people, man. I even seen how they did my grandma and grandpa in my lifetime. They've been taken advantage of. It says, and double unto her, double according to her works, and the cup which she had filled to her double. So, that's why Esau's scared. These elites know these scriptures like we know them. So, if you chopped off my great-great-granddad's foot, you know, I gotta get both of your feet. I gotta get both. I gotta do double unto you. So you just look at everything they did to us in chattel slavery, and the Lord told us to double down on that. Now, we're not gonna do nothing sinful like buck breaking, but as far as like, you know, the whippings and the lynchings and all of that, the Lord said double up. And these devils, the elites, they know about this. That's why they're so scared. So they're reacting and lashing out of fear. Because when the prophets and the saints, when we get rulership, we're going to do the will of the Heavenly Father. We're not like these soft 2/3 that want to be a part of Esau. You know, they're really soft. We're not like them. We're going to give you what you done earned. You know, that's a Esau better hope. I don't, get what I'm seeking for. So that's why that Edomite woman is crying. These Edomite women, because they know, deep down inside, they know what's about to go down. They know it. They about to go into captivity. And so what Esau trying to do, let me go get this. This is what Esau trying to do, so-called white man. You know, Trump and the Elon Musks and the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, they're trying to extend their rulership. They're trying to defy Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, and they trying to rule forever. And that MOTB, the mark of the beast, that's what that's about. Because if you take that, you don't qualify for salvation. And so in that mindset, if I can get all of Yahshua to take it, that will offset Yahweh Shah coming back to save the nation. Because who's Yahweh Shah gonna save if everybody got their MOTB? So their heart is lifted up in pride, and they believe that they can get every Israelite to take the MOTB. So they have to destroy this current system, and we gotta go to a new system, New World Order, B system, to where they're gonna issue that out and try to make all of us get it. But what they don't realize, a lot of us in this house today, we're so built up, we're not getting it. Lord willing, we're not getting it. I don't give a damn. I'd be off in the woods living like a bushman. You know, like you ever seen that movie Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger? And he was fighting the Predator and he was all had mud on him. That's me. I'm not getting the MOTB, man. I pray to the Lord he keep that fire on me and my spirit when that trial is issued out. Because I want to make Yahweh Shah happy. I want to finish. I can't finish with that device in my body. Hell no. So check it out. This is Psalms 49:11. It says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. And woo, that's pinning that tail on Esau, even a so-called white man. They're trying to extend, MAGA is about extending their rulership, make America great again. So acknowledging America's not great anymore based on their stupidity, because they the ones messed it up. You know, they messing it up because they don't want Jake to rise to the top. Because if you just let everything go, we'll rise to the top naturally because we them people. So they messed up their country in order to stop us from being on top, because they want to continue forever to be on top. And that ain't the Lord set it up. That ain't how he put it out there. They was going to rule for a moment, for a season. And after that, then it was our turn and we going to rule forever. So they want to be like us, but they can't be like us. Your forefather sold his birthright. Our forefather received the birthright because our forefather was smarter than theirs. And that is like a jealousy thing. They know that. So it said, I like how I said they call their lands after their own names. Woo, see, the Lord is so spot on, man. This is King David talking in the Old Testament. And it's spot on. You look at Europe, named after Edomite person, Europa. You look at Africa, named after Edomite general, Roman general, Scipio Africanus. You got America, another Edomite, Italian merchant, Amerigo Vespucci. So they do call the lands after their own names. Like, that lets you know who the devil is in this day and time. Spot on, and I love it. And then they fighting with this precept right now. They trying to continue America forever. The Lord said he gonna destroy America. It's not gonna continue forever. So they're fighting against Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. They fighting against God. And that's a fight. I'm like, hey, you do that on your own. I'll never want to fight with God. Never want to fight my creator. That's a lose-lose situation. If anything, I want to get in the will. I want to do what my creator asked me to do. And that's what we're doing over here in the house of David. But Esau, he's fighting against the creator because he believes the Lord gave him a sword. And because he got that sword, he been, chopping us down for so long. He think he can always chop us down. And let's go get that. You got to go way back to Genesis at the beginning, because he's going to use that with his blessing. Because he's trying to use his blessing to offset our blessing, but it's not going to work. And check it out. Check it out, y'all. So I'm going to start at 38. This is Genesis 27:38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept, crying. We just seen Edomite women crying. You're going to see Edomite man crying. He cried for a blessing from Isaac. So check it out, Yahshua. It says, verse 39, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of the heaven from above. So that's why Esau got rulership right now. The Lord promised Esau, Edom, so-called white man, that your blessing would be the fatness of the earth. Fatness goes into the best part. When they like a fat chicken or a fat lamb, some you eat, the fat that they said, that's the best part. So that's why he got America and got Europe. He, especially America got a lot of resources. It's some real good land. That's why the northern tribe came over here and the Esau just ravished it all. But Esau got the fatness, But check it out. Here's a big one, Yahshua, in verse 40. And it says, and by thy sword shall thou live, by his weapon, his military power, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou have the dominion, when he's at the top, he got rulership, thou shalt break his yoke off from thy neck. So we're at that point. And Esau don't want to do that. He done got dominion. What the Lord said, you got to break the yoke off our neck and you're going to serve us. You got to go into captivity. You going to be the new slave. Esau, even so-called white man, you are. They fighting against that, Yahshua. They fighting against the will of Yahweh Yahushua. So you got dominion. You done live by your sword for thousands of years. You got it going on. Now we're at the point where we're at the end game. So he gotta let us go. We gotta be free again. This is like the same thing when you look at ancient Egypt with Moses and the Egyptians. It's time to let us go. The devil, he like Pharaoh. He don't want to let us go. Like, no. Bring it back. Run it back. We're gonna run it back. You gonna go back. That's why they got rid of the northern tribe working on the farms and stuff. They want southern tribe to work on them farms and pick crop. And they want to get out there and beat our backs. I had an Edomite disclose that to me, Yashara, that he wants us to go back into slavery. That's why they like Donald Trump, because he's the front leader of that. Esau wants that. The Edomite man told me out of his mouth, I made him feel comfortable, Yashara, that he wanted us to go back into slavery because that's the only thing that will save America. They cannot pay us a good wage. Like, Esau's not a good businessman. He needs free slave labor in order to thrive because he's not good at business. He never was. They bought off of all that free labor they had for what, 200, 300 something years? That's how they got built up. So to save this country, they have to do it again. And you know, like I know, Yashara, we not going back into that. We not. And I gave this Edomite, when he told me that, I hit him with this right here, Yashara. He got pissed off. Pissed off. Because this is what Esau fighting against. And I it was so spiritual I gave him niggas. I ain't have to break it down to him. When I told him this precept at my job, I worked in the oil company. And it was a racist, racist little Edomite. And I made him feel comfortable. He let it be known, because this is Trump's first term. He let it be known that he wanted Trump and he wanted to put us back in slavery because that's what will fix the economy. They need free labor. They don't want to pay us no money. Because you got to pay us money, it takes away from them. Esau got to be in like hardcore rulership domination for him to thrive. He doesn't know how to do things, politically and, correct. He doesn't know how to work out things with people. He's not a good businessman. Esau don't know how to do business. The little bit Esau know he got from Yasharala. So check it out. I hit this devil with this right here. This shows that Esau's done. He's the next person to go into captivity. Not us. Not us. But these elites know this too. So they're trying to fight against this right here. This Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth to captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. You hear that? So didn't they put our people in captivity? Yes, they did. So what that mean? You got to go into captivity. Okay, didn't you lynch my great-great-great-grandpa and beat him with the bat and fought him and unalived him with the gun, which is a modern-day sword? Probably hit him with a knife. You did that. So what that mean? Hey, when it come time, when we get back in rulership, y'all shall set us up. I'm about to return the favor. And that scares Esau because they know they're really weak people and they cannot adhere to that type of harsh judgment and still be here. They can't. Like that should let you know that Yashara is the most strongest, toughest people on the face of the planet. We went through that and we're still here. And to prove my point, we'll go to Obadiah. We'll end off with Obadiah. Because I'm going to prove the point. This ain't me saying this. This the Lord saying it. I'm just relaying it to you. I'm just being a messenger. Because they're going to go extinct. Esau is fighting against his own extinction. The Lord is going to get rid of them. Because he doesn't really like them. They were only made for a purpose. To serve a purpose. And then they will be discarded. And the purpose they were made for was to, whip us back right. Get us back, following Yahweh Shah. Because the curses got put on us by physical people. The Lord promised curses in Deuteronomy 28. And then here comes some people that put it on us. Physically. The curses got put on us by another group of people that he said would conquer us. And now we know who it was, the so-called white man. So we're at the point now, and you go read Romans 9:13, Lord hate Esau. But I'm going to show you right here that they're fighting against their own extinction. Because they looking at their numbers being low. Because they got low numbers. And we got flourishing numbers. Why? Because we got the birthright. That's why we have children so easily. Especially look at the Hispanic tribes, the Latino tribes. You look at Southern, the so-called black tribes, man. We pop babies out not even trying. Birth control, what? Birth control, what? I think both my children birth control babies. Like, it can't stop it, man. We're very potent people. And about a lot of y'all sure could attest to that. We're very, very fruitful people. So check it out. And they're not. So at the point they're dying out. Plus the new drugs is wearing Esau out. So check it out. This Obadiah 1:18. And it says, and the house of Jacob should be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. None remaining of the house of Esau. So eventually the Edomites will go extinct. You think they ain't read that and got offended, Yasharala? The Edomites, they know who they are in the Bible. That's why they changed the name to white people. They don't want to be known by Edomites anymore because the Lord said, you're going to go extinct, none remaining. And why? Because we're going to double down on when we get them in captivity. We're going to put it on them so hard it ain't going to be none left. You know, it said the house of Jacob should be a fire, southern tribes, and the house of Joseph a flame, northern tribes. Together. We're going to do this together and devour Esau. So they're going to get it going on, you know, with their technology, you know, and that's when the 2/3 going to get all, you know, locked up at this initial war. But in the end, we going to win. And when we win in the end, Esau going to be in captivity and woo. Oh, man. It's going to be a strict, you know, hard rulership on Esau, Edom, man. Because I got a long list of stuff I got to pay you back. And I had Edomites call me nigger in my lifetime. They always show me how racist they are. Like, I know Esau, Edom's true nature. I've seen it. And like that priest said in Revelation 13:10, we've been patiently waiting on our time to shine. Our time to get in rulership. We've been waiting on that. And Lord said, hey, look like the waiting gonna be too much longer. So before we get into that, though, we got to go through a thing called Jacob's trouble, where Esau going to come down with great wrath, because he know he about to lose. That's Revelation 12:12. We're going to go through Jacob's trouble. We're going to go into a new form of government, which the scriptures call the beast system, where they will issue out the mark of the beast. We got to go through that. But after that, man, when Yahushua crack them skies, it's game time, man. So Lord willing, we be found faithful. Lord willing, we get that salvation, we get that deliverance, and you need to repent and do what you need to do in order to receive that. And I want to say, Kwam Yashar Allah, stay locked in, because Yahushua is quickly on the way. Shalom.